Guys, it's happening again. The same thing that happened at Hoonigan is happening at Donut Media. This morning, a video was posted to YouTube. Jeremiah and Joe, Donut Media's two most popular stars, are leaving the channel. They were quite open about the reasons for departing from Donut Media. They mentioned that things had changed at the company and that it wasn't originally what they thought it to be. One of the main issues they cited was a lack of creative freedom. They felt that they had pitched their ideas more often to non-car people who always didn't understand or approve of their concepts. Jeremiah discussed on how his earnings changed over time at Donut Media. He mentions that it took him 2 years to earn more than he initially did, suggesting some financial motivation for the move. Overall, they expressed a desire to create more relatable car content. Joe, while taking a shot at Donut Media, said he wants to make content that doesn't necessarily involve putting expensive motors into cheaper cars. And so they started a new YouTube channel called Big Time. It seems that more and more people are getting sick of corporations on YouTube, as they tend to minimize the fun part of it and instead solely focus on the money. And personally, I thought they were pretty open about how they were saying how it changed over time and it's just not what they thought it to be. Like I mentioned, Jeremy talked about how much money he made in the beginning, and it took him almost 2 years to make that same amount of money as he was promised. So I think it's pretty refreshing to hear him talk publicly about that. But long story short, it seems like these guys are just being honest about, look, we're doing our own thing, we don't want to have a leash on us, and we don't want to climb that corporate ladder. It's just not for them. And so with YouTube, they're going to do their own thing. And I think it's crazy because it really is the same story as Hoonigan. For you guys that don't know, Hoonigan started with Ken Block and Scotto thinking, let's run a car company, but advertise it as a skate brand. And at the beginning, it was just reckless as they're doing burnouts literally everywhere. And that's how Joe and Jeremiah described coming into Donut Media, as it's a big, cool community with a small group of good guys, and then it just changed in a heartbeat. When you find success like they had, with crazy growth from the start all the way to the end, they feel like they had to reach out and beg to pitch their own ideas. And it kind of gets to the point where new people are coming in and they're trying to make decisions and make videos on things for non-car people, and as the small group they started with who were solely based on cars, they just didn't want it anymore. And that's where I think they lost their roots. This leads them to make videos based on things that the original small group just never wanted. So for example, they would try to make a video on a 240SX, but since Donut Media is such a big corporation, they can't niche down into 240SX. They have to just make it general like truck or car. So that would lead them to scrap cool ideas for specifically car people instead of a larger audience. So to sum it up, Donut Media is losing, in my personal opinion, two of their most valuable creators. For the reasons of their lost interest and lost passion, and now corporate YouTube channel that monitors their every move, they just didn't want it anymore. So that's all for this one. If you guys want to see more Donut Media content, please let me know. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!